This daf Yerushalmi Shekalim, and the article Oz edition on daf Gimel Ralph, the first line down, first line, Yerushalmi Shekalim. In the Vilna, it's a little bit hard to find. It's about 19 lines down. The last word in line is Chumas. So it says Chumas Shekalim, right? The Chumas Shekalim, the Chumas Machzis is Shekel Korban. It goes to the Korban. Mashirtu Yasu. Whatever they want to do with it, they do with it. Now, the fact that changes to Mashirtu Yaviu, says it's going on whatever one of coins you want to bring, you can bring, but as long as it's Machzis a shekel. But the Pashut Pshat is that, like the Korban Eilu learns, Mashirtu Yasu means that whatever Korbanos, the Beis HaMikdash, the Gizbar decides to make with the Machzis shekel, they make those Korbanos. They brought for the Korban Tzibur, whatever those Korbanos are going to be. And then you skip the words Chumas Adonim LaAdonim, and put in the next words over here. The rich person does give more, and the poor person gives less. Everybody gives Machzis HaShekel universally for that Truma. And then Truma Adonim LaAdonim. Also then, those three, we're putting those three words. The Truma Adonim goes to Adonim. Amar Avinu said, Afa Parsha Zos Im Parshki Tisa, where that pasuk of Shilei Abev Adal Meat appears. Never Truma says three Trumas. Now, for some reason in the Vilna, the pasukim appear, and the Ozvada, the pasukim don't appear, and the art scroll in the Perush, he puts the pasukim back in. The three pasukim are Machzis HaShekel, Truma Hashem, Yidin Trumas Hashem, Los Aces Trumas Hashem. Not sure why I took them out in the text in the Ozvada. Okay, so those are the three pasukim which Parshas Kitisa correspond to the three pasukim in Parshas Truma. We go to the next part of Mishnah. So Gemara asks, what did Chamisha say? What happened to Abasar? And we had this Gemara before. We took it out because it wasn't relevant. Here it is. Rabbi Chelba, Rachuna, and Rab, also Shem Rechia, Barabba, Chayitzim, Barbasar, which was Mankriyasa. Everybody, so it's in the 14th, which is the Mankriyasa. So why here is only mentioned the 15th? So the answer is because there are other things in the 15th here, right? It says here, so you start getting ready for Pesach, 30 days for Pesach, start doing all these public works. There's like, the municipalities start doing all the potholes in the springtime. So that's Lo Ba Lamedcha. I'm going to read the Vilna's Girsa. The art school changed the Girsa. I'm not sure exactly it's necessary, but the Vilna's Girsa is, oh, by the way, the change before, where Sheila Beva Dalamit and put it before Chumas Adonim, that was a Chaim Kanievsky, but I think it's Pashut. So the three Trumas mentioned in the I got confused there. Back to the previous thing. So Lo Ba El Lamelcha is an Amalei which is taken out by everybody, including the bill itself. Lo Ba, it's a parentheses. Lo Ba El Lamelcha Shkol Mitzvahs no goes ba'adar Sheni, Ein no goes ba'adar Rishon. That all the mitzvahs which are no ba'adar Sheni, which most of them are the 15th. So it's just that's a 15th shorthand from Megillah as well. So Ein no goes ba'adar Rishon, they don't apply ba'adar Rishon. Okay, and the Megillah is one of those 15th mitzvahs. The months of mitzvahs in the Krachim, we mentioned Agav Urcha of the other day, 15th day mitzvahs. Rabbi Yisrael Rabbi Yisrael and Rabbi Acha were sitting. Rabbi Yisrael Rabbi Acha, Rabbi Yossi said to Rabbi Acha, Lo mistabel l'shavar. That which you yotze and you dalid, even a krach, is only l'shavar, which Yerushalmi of course means b'diavad, right? Avulabah. It says here, Avolavo lo. So again, it's very different girsa here. Elo laba, and then he changes it in the article parish Elo laba lo. Okay, but the girsa of the Vilna seems much more accurate. It's only the b'diavad, not l'chatchila. So it says Gemara Vatani. I understand. It says Mokshogu l'kosher shnei yamin kodesh shnei yamin. Right? It says a place where that minute to get to read it 2 days. Because you don't know if it's krach mukav kama mean much or not. You read it 2 days. Actually, that's supposed to be b'nichusa. It's a raya, right? V'atani, we learned l'chatchila even makom safek makom shogu l'kotzer shnei yomin k'rovetzer shnei yomin. You read 2 days. So it's you don't rely on l'chatchila on the 14th. Even in Malkum Safik, and not just place where it's definitely supposed to eat Tesvav, but even Malkum Safik, don't rely on it. You read both days, right? So therefore, he says, yeah, you're right. It's only B'diavad. On Malay, so he said, Avana Savachin. So he answered him. Rabbi Achas said to Rabbi Yosef, yeah, I agree with you. You're right. It's only B'diavad, not L'chatchila. Okay, so we're going now with next Gemara, with the Graz Girsa, which is Tachli Chatin seems to learn the same way. Amr Ben said Bios. So the way normally Bios means is that question is it correct? But here the way Graz seems to be learning it, it's no. He's trying to be Miyashi Rabbi Chabo, and he's saying that Rabbi Chabo was correct. It's going to be with the Graz Girsa. We're going to talk Chatin's Girsa. So Ilu Ben Tesvav. What's a Tesvav? Mishakara Biyudalin. Once he reads in Yudalin, V'lo kara b'tezvav. He doesn't want to read on Tezvav in this. Should be Shema Shomilo? Do we listen to him? Not Shema and Shomilo, but Shema Shomilo. Do we listen to him? Of course not, because in Omat Cain, if you're going to say it, Nim says, "Okay, is man krachim biyadecha." You're going to uproot this man krachim, because everybody's going to say, "Okay, write you down. What do you have to be a child about this book?" So he says that rather. And this is where Chaim also knows it. So rather, always the Chatchila is supposed to read on Tezvav. It's okay, even though he read on Yudalit, right? So and it's, again, we're talking about and therefore also in the Suffolk, it's supposed to read in Yudalit and Tezvav, right? In a place where Vadai, he's well, actually, it's like off cover. Place where it's Tezva, he's definitely been Tezva already. You doubt, make him read over again. So anybody is suffix, we make him read both days. Only if it happened, Lachar Maisa, that he was not able to learn Tezva and he relied on Talin, then he's Yotzei Deichi B'Chavaso. But even Rabbi Chaba agrees that anybody, you're only Yotzei B'Yudalit and not Tezva if you are. We're not able to do in Tesvav. So that's, I mean, Rabbi said, after the fact. If you're not able to do Tesvav, but of course, if you do Tesvav, you should do Tesvav even you already did do Dalit. Okay. So therefore, we make you read both. Tani, we learn of Shun Gamli Omer, mitzvah sinogos with the other Sheni, ain't anogos by the Rishon. All the mitzvahs Purim which apply to either Sheni do not by the Rishon, Kutzmin has to be the Tanis. Except for the prohibition on eulogies, prohibition on fasting on Yudan Tesvav. The Shein Shom Bezev said that the Yudan Tesvav on either Rishon, Purim Kotan as we call it, also in that as well. Rabbi Bar, Rabbi Yerim, Hashem Rav, and Rabbi Sim, Hashem Rav, Yeshua ben Levi said, Allah Ram Shun Gamliel. I was Rabbi Shun Gamliel in disrespect. Rav Chuna Rabba de Tziporin. Interesting. Usually, Rabba is very occasionally not. Here is Rav Chuna Rabba. It's just like here is called Rabba. He's called Rabba. Somebody called Rabba de Tziporin. So evidently, he was great in Tziporin. Omar, he said, "Hini Rabbi Chanina de Tziporin Kadar Ramakam Shengamliel." That was the minhag in Tziporin. Shengamliel. Lomai Elin Hig. It says Lomai Elin Hig. Aloha lo. So in terms of aloha, it's not like that. So it evidently would mean that a minhag you can deviate from. Aloha you can't deviate from. We go by that minhag. We don't say don't do hesped tais or we don't say tachlo. And Purim Kotan as well. So the other side next to it's worth waiting to Pnei Moshe. He says, Avin Shtoros. What's the Avon? So Pnei Moshe says, Gotin la perchas and dorim balochavav. So this is Yerushalmi there. I want to tell you there it says, somebody says, Kunim yain shani toim. Ad Rosh Chodesh Adar. Somebody says, I'm forbidden to drink wine. Takes a net and not drink wine. Rosh Chodesh Adar. It means Ad Rosh Chodesh Adar Rishon. Right? For Lokam, and it says, which sounds like Adar Rishon is the main Adar. And it says no. The Shor is placed in Adar Rishon, Adar Sheni. And then it says, Losh Kosin Kach Kamar. but don't think actually read it right that way. Adar Rishon Sheni. Elakam Bar Adar Rishon of Adar Sheni. Staying close to Adar, they both write the Adar. Masha Adar Rishon Adar Ikari, and come tell us that Adar Rishon is also called Adar. It's not Velo Shvat, called Shvat, but it's not the main Adar. The second Adar is the main Adar. Avra the Rishon to Sevis can make it become and that Gemara comes and says here, our Indian starts Kaisin Adar her Rishon, right? Adar Sheni, and the second Adar Kaisvin Stam. Stam, just says Stam here. Let's see. I hope that's also the deal. No, I'm just checking. Yes, it is. And here's the here which we don't have the Vilna, which the article puts in the parentheses. Yeah, Rabbi Yehuda Omer Adar Rishon Stam. He says Rabbi Yehuda argues. He goes Adar Rishon is Stam. Adar Sheni Kosvim. The Adar Sheni we write Tinyon. We write it that it's the second. Okay, so the it's machlekes here, but which is primary, which is secondary. But in terms of the reason it says Avol is because it's as opposed the first mandam is saying it's supposed to be Nedarim. We're going to have to it means Adar Rishon, Adar Sheni is really the primary Adar. Okay, and that brings us to the top of down of the article. So we'll stop here for today. Much shorter blast than we had. I'm sorry because there are many more commentaries on the article page in Shekalim.